let's try this again. So I'm new to this whole camera thing, and got this microphone thingy here, and apparently the whole other video I just made, the 5 minutes of talking and showing things, didn't record any audio. I'm not very good at this apparently. Anyway, side step install on a Sprinter van. Tech Vanlife brand drop down side steps, definitely needed on a all-wheel drive Sprinter van because it's quite the step to get up into the van, as you know. And I do have a very old dog, and if I'm not near a curb, this guy can't get into it. So these need to get on there ASAP. And we finally have a non-rainy, snowy weekend in Vancouver. So note to self, don't buy a cargo van and have to build it in winter if you don't have a garage or you live in a place that just doesn't stop raining and has terrible weather, which is this place. So the van's still empty. I've had the thing for months. Started to get a few things. I didn't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I'll do more videos of that and just what the plan is on the build out of this van. But today, side step day. So basically the first thing, we need to attach 2 brackets to the steps, and then we'll have to map out under the van where they go. And I've had this all organized for months now. I should have done an unboxing. I kept the boxes, but yeah, I just unboxed it and then let it sit there and collect dust. So there's rivets, and you got nuts and bolts and washers and stuff. So basically these go in there, and then yeah, straightforward stuff. So how shall I do this? Let's go like this, and this one's in the way. There we go. So if we go like that, a little awkward through there, and then just attach that lightly. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but I'm going to do it this way. And we'll go through the back on these. So it would have been smarter to do, knew I would figure it out, is set your step on, put your 2 brackets down, set the step on it, and then attach your bolts that way. I am not a smart man sometimes, but I learned, I figured it out. It is a little awkward to reach from the top down here, but technically it can be done. Not the worst. Just got to get it started. Yeah. Get in there, you friggin' nut. In there. Now what I'm going to do actually, so these are kind of like a racetrack oval, so this gives you some lateral adjustment on where your steps go. I'm going to cheat them when I put in the step. I'm going to cheat these bolts over to this side, and the reason being, they say when you put like mounting instructions, you want to be 20 to 25 millimeters, which is like, you know, about an inch from the edge of the body. Now it says edge of the body. I don't know if that means edge of the body on like from the mud guard or mud flap or the body of the van. Obviously you can't measure that, so there's a distinct possibility I'll be cutting this out for a larger tire, or I'll get the whole, almost like the Mondo mud guard or Agile off-road fender kit thing. I can't remember what brand it is, but that would mean that this is another inch plus, inch and a half over. So if I do the inch over and I'm inside that inside edge of that racetrack oval, I can slide these whole steps to account for however much more the new fender mud flap would come in this way. So bit of preventative or preemptive, not preventative, preemptive adjustments. If you've already got bigger tires and that, then it doesn't really matter because you've gone that far ahead. So that's a next, I don't know, that's a later project I'm kind of doing. Also, third step, I finally figured out the best way to do this. Do these top bolts first, and tighten them. Because once you do that, now you don't have to worry about the bottom moving on you. What a wild idea. Good thing I figured that out right at the end. Suppose that's why I'm making this video. Don't make the mistakes I did. This will save you a little bit of time. Not a ton, but a little. That over there. There we go. Come on. I'm excited for these steps, man. Oh my God. This van is quite the thing to jump up into. Pretty awkward. I feel bad for my dog. I can't believe I took this long to do that for the dog. He can't get in this vehicle. Now, at this point, I wonder if he'll even know to jump on the step. He's gotten so used to kind of getting in from there. He's a scaredy cat, so he'll probably be scared of the step for some reason because, you know, that could be terrifying. Alrighty. Actually, I just realized something as I'm on the last screws. You don't really need to put these bottom ones in. Just get your top two tight because you're going to have to remove the brackets anyway. So don't even put the ones on the steps. All right. Because the whole step's got to be removed, brackets installed, and then attached. So just do your top two brackets. I can't believe it took me that long to figure that out. So just do these two. Those steps are secured. Now we can go up under the van and show you how to map them out. Alrighty, here's my janky setup. I found a bunch of foam and I found a tarp and I got shims because apparently that's what I had to do. I don't have a jack. I've got these lined up here. Now I think I might have the holes. It's not sitting tight right now. These are tricky to mark because there's a bit of a gap behind this. So I'm going to maybe try to find my marker's too big, so I'll get a pencil. I've got this mapped like that there. And I think I'm going to drill down a little bit. I'll map the holes here, but I might just go a little more in the middle of this pinch weld at the bottom. And then there's another problem. I guess it is what it is. But this little thing here, there's all these like little metal, it's like part of the frame, I guess. And one of these is behind this. So now that plate, this thing, will not sit flat. Like, I suppose it's fine, it'll crunch in, but like this bracket's going to be all crooked because this is like couldn't be in a worse position, and there's no way, even if though I offset the step on these mounting brackets, there's no way to avoid it. It's like right on that hole. So I don't know. I don't know if this is, I guess that is what it is. Not a big deal. I'm overthinking it, but if that you come across that, then be aware of that. And then this rivet is really close to whatever, yeah, one of these things. So like this is like a big circle there. So this rivet will almost be into nothing. So I think if I drill everything down, just because I'm right up tight to the frame here. So if I go a little bit lower, then I'll get into a bit more meat down here and maybe avoid that little gnarly bit. I suppose it's just one rivet. Like, it's probably not a big deal, but things that you don't know. Alrighty. So I brought a light down here. It's not like super dark outside. It's still 5 o'clock, but so if you're going to map these out, you can't use a Sharpie. You can't use a thinner, smaller, fine point Sharpie. You need a pencil because the thickness of this brackets plus this gap, you can't get all the way. So another slowdown in things that I did not know. But that's cool. You can watch my mistakes. So get a pencil so you can map these out. I suppose you could use a drill and then it would kind of scuff up the undercoating here. That would also be another way to do it. But yeah, there's what it looks like so far. This is terrifying. I can't believe I'm going to do this. Yeah, they're marked. I don't know if it's visible, probably not with this camera. I'll remove the step and we can see what our holes look like. There's some holes. They're lightly marked. What I'm going to do now is I got this little bracket and I'm going to map them out a little. Let's see here. We can do that. And I might try to use a Sharpie this time because it's so faint. Let's see. These ones are really awkward. Right there. That doesn't look right up there. I'm going to go a little lower. And we're going to go... Oh, that's way better. Looky. And this one... What is this? See this thing right there? Look at that. What are you supposed to do with that? I guess you just clamp it and it is what it is. We'll just bend the... I'm going to try to aim a little... Almost center. If we're like centered in this... I think this is... There's one there. There's a nice one. That one's way off. And this one's looking good there. All right. Right there. This one. So. Now's drilling time. This is sketchy. Oh boy. Oh boy. 3/8 hole says 10 mil hole. So 3/8 drill bit. I don't have 10 mil. What is this 10 millimeter nonsense? 3/8 drill bit. I presume that gives quite a bit of, because the bolts aren't that wide. So I presume there's some forgiveness in there. There's our screws, right? So these look, yeah, maybe they're 1/4 inch. Okay. Okay. So challenges again. I haven't started drilling. I've just been staring at this thing. So what I ended up noticing is if you want the step to look even on the outside, so if I push this up here and put my finger there just to get an idea on measurement, this tab is bigger here. This can go up further. So if you drill holes and just aim for center in this, your step will be crooked because this, basically it sits tighter here. So these holes here, I had mapped them out and then I kind of set the plate over and it just didn't line up. So these new little dots are where I should drill. And then this thing is obviously in the way. It's the same thickness as this. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to chop this down so the bracket will sit flush. So these three will sit there. I'm going to cut this around and then I'll just have a little remnant here just to fill this other bit. So we'll just notch this part out so it'll sit nice and tight, not crooked. But yeah, if you go up higher here, then that means your step itself will actually follow the line of the body on the outside right here, which is kind of what you'd want. That's what I'm thinking. So be aware of that. That's another thing. Where's the freaking off button? Alrighty. Now or never. Okay. Here we go. What is going on there? Woo-hoo-hoo. That got caught a little bit. All right. Put a piece of plastic down just so I'm not... Ooh. What's going on that other side? That's sharp metal. Let's go take a look. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Oop. All right, I drilled a hole in the van. Oh boy. This is just a tab underneath, right? If I mess it up, I suppose I can just put a little, like a flat bar over top of it and pretend that this never happened. Oh man. I'm going to try to smooth that out from this side. Yeah. Interesting. It'd be nice if you could drill from the outside, but I guess that's not really possible. All right. Well, I did one. Let's do more. Okay, where are we here? Let's flip around and just make sure I got this where I need it to. Got that there, there, there. Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna go this one next. Actually, what I probably should do, I should probably use a smaller bit. Go through, I'll do like an 1/8 inch bit or 3/16 bit, go through and then drill from the other side, and that'll get rid of this metal bits. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's think this through. Yeah. Oh boy. I think I might go get a new drill bit. This one's not the sharpest I've ever used. Or I could just put some damn pressure on it, because that's another way to do it. Quit being a little weakling. All right, that seems to be okay. That seems to be just fine. Okay, let's go to the other side. Look at that. Look at all those nice little holes. Okie dokie. Oh, so I shouldn't have done that. Do it from this side. I just nicked the paint in the van because it gets caught in the steel, it pulls it in, and the drill hit the van. Good thing I got some touch-up paint on the way, hey? All right. Holy cow, that is friggin' wild, man. All right. Look at me go. Not that it really matters on the outside. It'll all compress anyway once you get the brackets on, but I'm picky and trying to make it nice. But this is just kind of wildly ridiculous. I'll show you what I did. Where did I hit? Where is it? Yeah. Where is it? Come on now. Yeah, right there. Scratch the van. Woe is me. All right, more lessons learned. So when you're drilling through, aim your drill basically away from the van. Where's the thing? So with these holes, when you're drilling the inside, aim the drill away. Because mine was getting pulled up and in, and I scuffed the bottom of the van here. Not the end of the world. I can paint it and cover it. It's minor, but yeah, when you're in there, aim your drill to the ground, and then when it pulls through, you'll pull away from the van. Don't do what Donnie Don't does. Jeepers. Holes are drilled. Look at that. There we go. What I have is let's not do the French side. Machine gray, high performance rust enamel. I'm going to give a little squirt right maybe there where the thing is and mess that. No, I do have some touch-up paint coming in because I got a little scratch on the side. So I can wait and do that, but I might just put a little spray on that now because I can. So I'm going to spray these holes to prevent a bit of rust, wait for that to dry, and then we'll mount this step. And I'll drill for the rivets. And what I've got, here's my thing mapped out. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to notch this part out there so to cut around that little weld metal part inside there. That's next. All right, spray painted. You can see it. I just did a little touch up there. Oh yeah, where is it? Just a little nick, covered it pretty good. Wait for this to dry. And it's well ventilated. And yeah, I know sometimes say, where's your safety goggles? I should probably put safety goggles on. Be safe, you know. I want to get metal in your face. Okay, this is the longest step install of all time. Like, this video will be edited down and cut down, but like, holy jeez. Actually, oddly enough, I just went and put safety goggles on. I just busted out the angle grinder and started doing things. I'm like, you know, this is probably not the... That's how that would work. So just chop this down. I wonder how loud that is on this video. I can't wait to watch this and see how ridiculously loud that is. There we go. Give this a little quick little spray. There we go. Perfect. Man, this is the best ever. Alrighty. Paint is dry. Let's mount this step, I think, hey? So, yeah. This is going to be something. So we'll have these plates will be on the outside. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get one here, maybe just one here. There you go. Yeah, nice and dry. So the instructions show you all these things that you don't have, but they think you have. So this has got the bolt with the washer, and then they're like, put washers here and washers under here. There's not, they don't get the washers, but they've got these kind of lock nuts, which kind of have a washer built in. So just be something, it's like you're not actually missing parts, but you'll think you're missing parts because it just doesn't make any sense. So here we go. Let's get this step in. So we got these two mounting plates. The thin guy goes on the outside. Thick one goes on the inside. I'm going to just get this in there. That looks good. Seems like it lines up. And this one, because everything was weird, we got a little piece. Let's go. Where's the holes? That light is very bright in my face. Okay, one there. One there. We'll put a third one in because that one didn't actually have a... So we got this right here. Come on now, where are you? There we go. Oh, that's doing it wrong. Doing it wrong. I'll put it on the other bracket. There we go. That light is really in my face right now. There. Come on now. All right. That's in. And this one goes here. And we're around that little clip. Oh boy, this is exciting. How can I, oh yeah. I forgot. You can't actually screw this together. So you need to remove the step to mount your brackets because you won't be able to get access to tighten those. So let's remove the step before we put the thing on. Okay, so I was able to get that off. That is just, oh my God, this screw just shredded, and my drill was on like setting 1. Like that is not, that's pathetic, man. Okay, like that just destroyed. This is just basically a circle now. So be careful. Don't do that. I was able to use some vice grips and hang onto the head and was able to get the nut off the back, but holy cow. So we'll see if they gave me any extra screws, because yeah, I won't be using that one in any of the structural parts. I might just use it on the bottom on a stair. So all right, let's put the brackets on, and I'm gonna change the battery on this camera. I'll put the brackets on and put the stair on, and this is a 3-hour 1-step install. Okay, let's try this again. Apparently my microphone wasn't working on the last videos. Turns out the batteries only work so well. So we got 1 step on, not tightened. We'll put this step on, not tightened. We'll get a few of these. All right. Well, at least the brackets line up right now. The holes, that's all. Guess that's nice. Better than it not, I suppose. Now the debate is, do I drill the rivets with these installed, or do I remove them? I'm kind of not wanting to remove this anymore. I'm over it. I'm absolutely over it. I think I'm going to just tighten these. I'll drill through the holes and then just pop a rivet in. I think that's probably what I'll do. Because, you know, why not? So I'm going to go just real light. Let's get on this side. Okay. Now if I set the step, where is the step? There it is. Just see how this thing is sitting so far. That could go. Oh, it needs to go up. All right, that's not even with the band body. Let's try to look at this gap here. I'm gonna try to mount this inside bracket up a little bit. Let me sneak on the inside. Let's see if I can do that. This is, you know, I probably should have just paid them to do this. Okay. Let's I'm gonna have to get around the other side. This is terribly awkward. Holy cow. Honestly, this is awkward as shit. I don't think I'll ever do this. This is stupid. This is so awkward. Just pay them to do it. I don't know why anyone would do this on their own. I am not a smart man. I have made some poor choices. Holy cow. Okay. That's a little better, I think. Get that bracket a little higher. Let's see how this step sits now. That's better. Am I even in the right shot? There we go. It's probably getting a little awkward. Probably can't see anything. Yeah, that's not a good camera angle. Neither is that. I can't believe how long this has took me. Well, this is embarrassing. Okay. I think I'm about as defeated as it can get. I want to say, I want to like the product, but like this is... okay, come take a look at what we're dealing with now. So, there's our rivets. They just are loose. They won't go tight. So I don't know. This one's tight. These usually when you pop a rivet, these things will snap and it plugs in. So my suspicion is that maybe these are too big. And then by the time this plunges down and it gets stuck, it's loose in there. Now this kind of inserted rod in the side just wants to slide back. So, hey, Tech Van, maybe use screws or something because this is ridiculous. Like it feels solid, but like I don't know what he's supposed to do with that, man. Like I don't know. I know how to use a rivet tool. I've done lots of rivets before, so I don't know what I'm doing. I fail to understand. Maybe I'll snap these down a bit. Maybe I can keep pulling it, but this is just, and the list grows. Alrighty, so I gave up on rivets because I just don't see how that's gonna hold. The other one, this one just like went straight in, just wobbly, just disappeared in there, loose. Like again, the bracket's tight. So what I've got, I have, these are stainless steel, coated stainless steel, like a flat self-tapper. So I'm going to use those instead because this is ridiculous. So I got a smaller drill bit. I think I got like a 3/32 or an 1/8. And one, see, and that was into one of these things, that weird area. So we'll just go here. Don't worry, I'm not going through the van or anything. Ooh, maybe I should check up top because that's where like frame is. Oh boy. Oh well, too late now. All good. I was worried with the door up there going through with this nice big cavity. Okay. I wonder if I can angle this screw in here. What do you think? Oop. That thing just wants to go in the opposite direction. Let's see what we can do here. You will do as you're told. All right. My other battery died, so I'm flipping batteries here. Okay. So, if you buy this step, pay attention to the rivets. They are not your friend. But that feels really solid. That feels really solid. Can I put this step on now? Am I an adult? Let's just see if I can get this a little tighter. And I'm going to put the step on. Oh my God, this is amazing. Okay, let's just see what we got here. That is pretty solid. Ow, what's that on the ground? My knees. Come on. Last one. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. It's a Christmas miracle. I can't believe it. Let's go like that. Now the thing of like, what do you do? These bolts are really long. They hang down quite a bit. Like, am I supposed to go in and chop those after? Not in the instructions, oddly enough. What do you know? But we'll just put them on, and that can be a tomorrow thing. Not needed today. Rivets for sale. I got rivets for sale. Brutal. Oh no, actually looks pretty, not too bad. Aside from the copious amounts of struggles. But that's okay. I wasn't expecting it to be perfect. Drilling holes in vans, it's always a little, this is unnerving, you know? What do you do? This way a little bit. Yeah, that should be enough, if and when. You gotta kind of get bigger tires in the van, you know? It's just so much more cool looking, I guess, right? That's the, gotta look cool. What do we do here? I suppose I should put a nut on that one before I get all excited. All right. Definitely got a little flex to it. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Oh well. All right, get this tightened. Come on now. Huh. So that's another thing. So this inside bolt, you can't get your drill in. Sorry for how dark it is. This is not great. Yeah, you can't get your drill at an angle. I might have to give up for today and do this tomorrow to make a YouTube video because it's dark and I have struggled all day. I thought I was good at things. It's wild how bad I got at things. Okay, so if you can see that screw there, you can't get your drill in there to do that. Slight oversight, guys. Also, things you're going to need. Bit extender. Luckily, I got those things. Then you can get this back screws. Okay, so those are all tight. Got the back ones here. And that's missing a nut. Okay. And missing a nut. Hiya. Holy cow, man. Holy crap, I did it. All right, first ever step install. All right. Not bad. Like, that's solid. So all in all, like, the step is decent. Like, I like that step, but there's just a few things. I got some scuffs on it. It'd be nice. Here's the thing that'd be nice. If those plates weren't, silver, steel colored, it'd be nice if they were, black, match everything else. It looks very obvious from that angle. I'm scared I don't have enough screws at this point. Got the steps on there. Like, I'm starting to look at how many things I needed, and I'm starting to get really low. And I got 2 more steps. Jeez. Well, I'm plugging through it. I'm just going to keep going. So I got this one mapped out now. Same process as the other one. I kind of lined them up. I took one of these shims, where are one of these guys, and I just put that in for gap. I wasn't sure what the gap would be between them, so I just left a little bit. I thought it looked nicer that way. I don't know, because on their website they have photos and one of them's like inches apart and the other one's touching, and I don't know. So I guess you can just put them wherever. So I figured if it's closer that way, you get more step just because of that contour kind of eats in. So, and realistically, you don't enter into the van over here. Kind of, this is the main way to do it. So this step further that way made sense to me. So I'm going to take these brackets off and do the same as the last time, and I'll update the video when I get that done. Okay, more things that I was not expecting. I got the step wedged in there in place, and I come to notice, so my van has the preheater, so this is like a Webasto furnace right there, and all the coolant lines run along there. Well, if you look at level with that, how are you supposed to screw, like everything is just so tight, so all this top bracket, let me get this down there, like that is, like this angle is deceptive, like this is actually where it's at. Like these holes are perfectly in line with these coolant line. So this one's easy, it's enough to get if you use the rivets. You could get this, that's fine here. Bottom's fine. This is gonna be terribly awkward. I do have a 90-degree drill attachment, so I can probably get in there and drill that way. So if you don't, be mindful, like I don't even know how you get a rivet gun up in there. So yeah, these weren't in the instructions. This was not in the instructional video. Show you what I mean with the angle grinder, or not angle grinder, right angle drill here. This should be able to... Well, this is my first time doing a voiceover, so that's kind of fun for me. More fun than having to get in and put in those screws around that coolant line at the time. But yeah, so basically I have the right angle drill attachment, and it was enough to be able to get in and around those coolant lines of that heater and get the screws into that top part of those brackets. All in all, it went really well, and that's all I had for the installation video. Final thoughts. This is months later. I was putting all the clips together on that installation video for these stairs, and all of a sudden I look and go, oh, it just ended, and then I didn't have any video talking about the stairs themselves. So here we are. What are we, July? Those stairs went in, I don't know, February? March? Anyway, all in all, happy with the result. They look cool. Here's shadows aren't so great right now, but yeah, rewatching the videos and seeing the struggles on installation brought me back. A little traumatic, but all in all, these are good steps. There's a little movement in it, nothing too egregious. And that's okay. So far, all of the screws have held up. Can't complain. Those rivets are still sitting there. Here's the driver's side. If you can see it. Because basically can't see shit. Anyway. Good product, well made, holding up well. Installation was obviously a struggle. I could probably make a second video and clip it down, but part of me is saying, hey, put the hour video up on how much and how many things sort of you start facing when installing them, if you do them yourself. But yeah, cool product, good price, can't complain. If you've got, I guess a side note, if you get these steps and thinking it will help an animal, like a dog, get up into the van, no. I had to go get a ramp. The issue, it's fine for people because we walk a bit differently, but dogs, it doesn't stick out that far, so it's just too steep of a drop, and like my dog just could never figure out how to walk down them. The odd bit up, but he's older, so yeah, maybe that's something to do with it. But yeah, he's in ramp territory now anyway. So all in all, good for people, maybe or maybe not good for dogs. We'll see you on the next one.